Good morning. Sorry, I was typing. Happy Monday to everybody. How are you? I am so excited. You can see we changed behind me. So I don't know where you are, but for me here, it's beginning to look a little bit like Christmas. We did some preliminary decorating, as you can see, kind of back behind us. Let me know what you think. Um, I always feel like everything is kind of thrown together. You have that idea in mind that it's all going to be picture perfect. But sometimes I'm just like, well, we'll just put this here and here and here and here and here. And that's kind of where I am. I'm at the here and here and here stage. Nothing is ready. But we will talk about that a little bit more in a minute. I just wanted to say good morning to everybody. I tried to say hi to everybody in the chat because candidly, once I start talking, I'm not really paying as much attention to the chat other than searching for questions. Which, by the way, if you do have questions or if there's something you want to say or something, excuse me, something you want me to respond to, don't forget to put the capital Q with the colon. That just helps me search through a little bit easier. But I tried to say good morning to everybody. We have Sunshine Daisy. You said you're new to the channel. You just found us. So, hey, thanks for joining in. I'm not sure where you found us. Excuse me. We have my whole Heart and Home Orlando. I am a realtor here, but Heart and Home Orlando was.
Nothing.
You just feel like totally came into my shot.
I was checking something. I wasn't in your shot, was I?
You were.
Oh, I'm very sorry. I was just checking something.
I don't care. That's Eric. Good morning, honey. That was funny. Yeah, you just walked in and walked out. Anyway, so I don't even know what I was saying, but I did try to say good morning. If you have questions with the Q with the colon, that will help me. Capital Q with the colon, that will help. But yeah, we're starting to get there. It's been already a busy morning. I think I said last week with the time change, my body clock seems to wake up a little bit earlier, which on Mondays is not necessarily a bad thing. It just means that I'm on to the cold caffeine a little bit sooner. But speaking of caffeine, let's go to the coffee cup. Here is my coffee mug for the day. This is an old one. Like literally, it's so old. This side over here is kind of beaten up a little bit, so I'm not going to show you that side. It's one of my favorite ones because it has the lid to keep it all nice and warm and toasty. And of course, I did just have to nuke it a minute ago to make sure that that I had warm coffee because again, the pot's already beeped off by now. Anyway, so here's the coffee. But I also have to tell you that today, and Rob, you mentioned it a minute ago, I have my water for my wahoos. UVA had a tragic shooting, I believe at 10:30 last night. Still looking for all the details. My oldest son, Forrest, is an alum from UVA, and obviously I'm from Virginia. This university holds an absolute treasured spot to us. So to wake up to hear news like that is absolutely devastating. So as we get more information, please keep our UVA family in your prayers and those families that were affected by that. So I'm supporting you today. I have to turn it this way. I'm still so bad with this left to right thing. Anyway, okay. So and Daisy, going back to your comment a second ago, you said you found us just by searching Florida Realtors on YouTube. Yeah. So most people found me for years and years and years. We've been doing the model home tours, maybe some quick move-in or inventory homes. I even do some for resales, my listings specifically. The dogs are running around. This is a crazy day. They may start barking, so I have my barking button ready. Yeah, so that's how most people found me, was just through the initial YouTube videos. Then we started our Sunday drives where my husband joined in, who was also a licensed realtor, got his license to assist me in the crazy busyness of what it is that I do. And now he's kind of, he dipped his toes, but unfortunately he's totally swimming. And speaking of swimming, that's a good segue for something we're going to talk about in a little while as well. And then Sunshine Daisy. Then we started to do these Monday morning. It's just a few of us. This is not some big national treasure. It's just me. But honestly, I love you guys so much. This Monday morning coffee time really just kind of started as a way for us to, I've got some clients that are on here, some existing clients, some that are still looking, some that have already closed on their homes. This is just a great way for us to kind of stay connected because really my heart of hearts, I love that. That's my favorite thing about this, is being able to somehow meet people from all around the world and have this small connection and these communications and these random little text messages and of course our Monday morning coffee. So cheers to you. I'm going to take a sip and then I'm probably going to have to put this down. Eric is already already here. Producer Eric.
Yes, I am. You look great, by the way. You look really nice.
Wow, thanks, honey. He said I look great. It's because I match the set.
That's what it is.
It is. Anyway, so as we go on with our little Monday morning conversation, we do have a lot of stuff going on. So we will, first of all, I know you're all wondering. I know. Guys, we didn't win. We didn't win. If you did not join us last week, it was like a bazillion trillion dollars. And so we bought a lottery ticket, and we had vowed that if these numbers won on that specific drawing, that we would be sharing that with anyone who liked, commented, and subscribed. But I love you all, but we didn't win.
And after taxes and everything, everyone would have gotten $10 million.
Ooh, really?
Yeah, with the number of people we had.
Okay, Eric says that with the number of people that we had after taxes, everyone would have received $10 million. So,
but what they did get is nothing.
What you did get is nothing, he says. You got fun. You know what? Here's the thing. This is Eric and my philosophy on the lottery. We don't really play it except when there's these fun moments. And we really do. The fun of it for us is pretending and dreaming. Okay, what if we won? Like, what would we do with it? What good could we do with it? And we have all sorts of ideas, from like small winnings to like giant jackpots. And in every single case, it involves helping other people. So that's fun. You're producing. Eric is producing again. What?
Page down.
What?
Alex Barrett's here.
Alex! Oh, there he is. Oh, Alex! Yes,
I'm just
okay.
saying, like,
So,
it's a big
Alex
day.
Barrett, it is a very good day for you. It's a very important day. So, we need to text as soon as this is over to find out kind of if we've gotten a definitive time. My sweet friend Alex is going to be closing on his brand new, beautiful home. Oh my gosh, it is so pretty. And as usual, every once in a while, there's a little glitch here at the very end. I believe with Alex's home, it was one cracked window. It wasn't even like a whole window that was like shattered. It was just like one small window needed, like the glass pane actually is what needed to be replaced. And dadgummit, it like ended up screwing up things just like a little bit. But we're going to be closing, Alex. This is so exciting. So we're going to chat later, my friend, because I am so stinking excited. I can't stand it. That's so exciting for you. Okay, so let me get off of the lottery ticket because we're all sad. So we did not win this time around. Just dream of the next one. Okay, so let's go ahead and get to what's brewing so that we can go on to some of those other topics. I have so many notes in front of me. Oh, wait, before we do that, let me go back. All right. I know I do. I have sticky notes everywhere because we have so much. Okay, wait. Oh, there it is. Powerball coffee cup. Okay, good. So this is a big day for the pool. We're going to talk about the pool in a little bit, but it is a big day because any minute now, hopefully, they're going to be delivering the furniture, all of that crazy outdoor furniture. So if you watch that Sunday drive where we happen to have left the place where we spent a little bit of money on the outside pool furniture.
A little bit.
It was a little bit. It's a lot of furniture. So it was a lot of little bits that added up to a lot. Anyway, so that's supposed to be delivered, we think, today. We're going to go back and double check. But they're also supposed to be firing up the pool. We're going to show you some pictures here in a little bit. But today, my friends, it is the big day of turning that sucker on. Hopefully it works. It's kind of, I told Eric, it's like lighting the big like Christmas tree. And it's like, okay, I hope it works. You know, you've done all this work and then you plug it in and then it bazizzles out.
It bazizzles.
It bazizzles. It's a word. It is a
mention
word
to them-
in Amy's Dictionarium of Wordology. It is. Look it up.
Poolside Live, 5 o'clock on Wednesday. So show a little
I thought you said we weren't going to do a time.
I decided.
Okay.
Poolside
Well,
Live,
so
5.
Eric
And
says
then-
on Wednesday at 5 o'clock, we're going to try to do a poolside live. I'm going to reserve the right to change the timing because I may have something going on in the afternoon on Wednesday.
Okay, fine. Also Thursday, video with all the costs of what everything
Oh,
costs.
yes. And Thursday is going to be our pool video. So if you've been following our series, we did a video series in Sunshine Daisy. This might be good for you to go back and find some of these old videos that I think were big ones that people really enjoyed. We are approaching at Thanksgiving our 1 year anniversary being in this home that I'm in right this minute. And we actually did a video series building this home. The whole kit and caboodle from the beginning to the end. We were even very transparent with costs and pricing design center ideas and the options that we chose and how much those cost. And again, that's ours. That's our situation at the time that we purchased. And so being transparent with those numbers, it does not mean that that's what yours is going to cost. Yours could be more, yours could be less. I mean, it's our house. And it's just the choices that we made at that time with the incentives that we had and so forth, interest rates that we had. But we also are doing a pool series because we opted to build the pool post closing on the home. Far more inconvenient to do it that way, but much, much better in the long run because we're finally to this spot where we can turn it on right when the temperature drops outside. Like literally today it's chilly, but whatever. Anyway, so Sunshine Days, you might want to go back and find some of those videos. But for those of you who have been following us, this Thursday is going to be the pool video kind of update where we're going to share with you the numbers, the transparency of what the pool cost. Again, just to give you an idea and perspective of what things could, would, should be within the range. And honestly, more than anything, with comments from, I say friends and family, because you're my heart and home Orlando, heart, I can say it, heart, more coffee, heart and home Orlando friends and family. It's just important. We like to share that stuff with you. Anyway, so let's go to oh no, tropical storm. I got to do, before we get to what's brewing, I can't forget this. So this was us. I know I told you it's so much and I'm trying to jam pack it in. So I'm talking fast. I'm going to calm it down. Okay. So last Thursday, we had Tropical Storm Nicole. So for those of you, again, who were following along, there was this big storm coming. I got to fix this chair. It's driving me bonkers. Oh, you know what it is? Hold on. This is what's driving me. I just need to center it. That's all. Because it was like looking weird. Anyway. All right.
It's going great.
It's going great. It's going great so far. Good morning. So we had Tropical Storm Nicole, and this is what it looked like at our house, and I believe it was like 4 a.m. So this was our pool area. You can see this was, some of the palm fronds are still attached to the tree at that point. But yeah, most of them are still attached, but we did lose quite a few. You can see some of those danglers there that are kind of falling down. And once our sunshine person comes, they will probably pull those down that have kind of snapped off. But this was literally our backyard. This was us standing looking out and I do believe this was about 4 a.m. because I woke up. Seems like the past couple of storms always seem to hit us in the wee hours of the morning. So we did lose internet. We did not lose power, but we did lose our internet for a day, which, oh my gosh, is like crazy to lose your internet because you really can't work. You can't do anything. It's like, do you want to play a board game? Because we love board games. In fact, Eric and I did play a board game because there we couldn't email. There was very few things that we could do work related. Excuse me. So we opted to, I cleaned the pantry out. So yay. Honestly, I was excited, to be able to have a day where it's like, I literally couldn't do anything. I really did. I emptied out the pantry. I cleaned it out. It's all prepped and ready for the holidays. I also cleaned out, and don't laugh, but I spoke to a client yesterday on the phone, and I know Dr. Adam Chrisman from New Jersey will vouch for me on this one. I have a candle cabinet at my house, and I have candles back behind me. I love my Bath & Body Works 3-wick candles. Love them. And so I have a cabinet full of them, and I organize that and our medicine thing out in the laundry room. So little things like that make me a very happy person because it was called nesting. Nesting also in addition to the decorating for the holidays. So on that note, let's talk about what's brewing because there's some more. I don't know why the Be Our Guest intro just kind of popped up. So just ignore that. Anyway, so Christmas decorations. Okay, so I know, first of all, I know some of you are going to be very offended that anyone's even talking about Christmas pre-Thanksgiving. But part of Thanksgiving, I am very thankful. I am very grateful that I have such fond memories of Christmas. with my dad, with my family, going to my grandmom's, going to my granny's, seeing all my cousins. Of course, Santa at our house. I still remember to this day the Fisher-Price castle that was just underneath the tree in its glorious form. As a little girl, in my big box of 64 crayons with a little pencil sharpener in the back, my new Barbie doll, and my new baby doll that I would get every single year. All of those things are treasured memories. So for me, to decorate and to try to not only recall those memories for myself, to give myself a little bit of inner joy, but to also, hopefully extend that for our own 4 kids. Of course, they're all older now, but it's important to me to kind of, excuse me, just to be able to enjoy that a little bit longer. And candidly, the older you get, the harder it is to get it all like up and decorated. There's like so much of it to do that you can't just do it in one day. So it's almost like it just takes a long time.
Show them a little bit.
I am. I was. My hand was going here. Stop producing. Would you just go do your thing over there?
This is my thing.
Oh my God. Okay, here. So here's just a little snippet of some of the decorations. We are not done. We are not ready. My house is an absolute disaster. Over there, absolute chaos. There's like fall decorations sitting on the counter with old pumpkins and the orange stuff. And then there's like the regular decorations that I had to move to make room for that stuff. So, but we'll show you a few things. All right, so this is what's behind me. This is a little console, and most of this stuff, oh my gosh, I don't even know where it came from. It came from everywhere. It came from Home Goods. It came from Kirkland's. This is a little, I don't even know. Eric did this video. This is the wall that's in front of me right over here, Yorktown, Virginia, I'm from Virginia Beach, Virginia, but Yorktown is where we live. That is the 12-foot Christmas tree, and we did put the garland up on the he's going so fast. This is our Christmas village. So we have the North Pole Christmas Village, the Department 56 village. And one day we'll talk about that a little bit more in depth after I apparently dust that tip-top cabinet. So full disclosure, I'm pulling all that stuff down and dusting that because that's disgusting. So what happened was the boys were watching football yesterday, and so the big TV is in the TV entertainment system, and I was on the sides. There's glass cabinets on the side, and there's a shelf across the top. And so that's where I like to put some of the most important pieces of the Department 56, the North Pole Village, up there. And that shelf is up top, and I couldn't really reach it other than to like stand on my tippy toes and slide the pieces back. Every other cabinet, I washed it, I dusted it off, I did the window. That one, we have a cleaning service that comes, and apparently they don't do that shelf either. So I'll be pulling all that stuff down and wiping that down. So my apologies, I'm embarrassed. No comments, please. Okay. Anyway, so those are our Christmas decorations. We drove our Sunday drive yesterday. Eric and I did that. We drove around and we tried to show you or see if any Christmas decorations were up and around the areas within the community entrances. And they're working on it in the Hamlin area. Hold on, Hamlin. Where's Hamlin? Where's Hamlin? It doesn't do it for me. Oh. So in the Hamlin area, they were putting up some of the little string trees out at kind of the main entrance. So it's getting there, folks. And we're going to redo that drive in 2 weeks and then kind of revisit and see everything that popped up. Speaking of decorations, then I'm moving on.
No, I'm so proud of you for the Hamlin button. I'm so thrilled. I'm very proud of you.
I'm getting better. Okay, so I have to share with you, before we move on to the dog pool party, I have to share with you something that is perhaps the most hideous and most beautiful Christmas decoration that is absolutely treasured to me. And it has a special place every year. I have it. It's over here. I decided to put her beside me, beside my daddy's picture. Okay, first of all, don't laugh. Okay, seriously, she's hideous. She's beautiful, but she's not really that beautiful. But she's beautiful. So this, isn't she just horrible? I love her. I love her so much.
It's beat up Barbara Mandrell.
It's beat up Barbara Mandrell. No. So this was an angel that was on top of a Christmas tree. It was not always our angel on the top of our Christmas tree. But my dad, we talked about this a little bit last week. My dad loved Christmas so much, and he was a pretty rough, gruff, general person. This is his picture. Gentleman, and we lost him years ago. And but he loved this. Now when she lit up, now I have removed quite a few things from her. She used to have lights that kind of went up in there, and she had two little candles, two little lights that were held in these little fingers right here, in these little hands. But they were red. And when she lit up, she looked like the devil. And I didn't like it because an angel's not supposed to be red. It should have been little white candles, but they were like red. And so you can still see she's got like the wire and things around her. But she has seen better days, but even in her better days, it was not particularly fabulous. But I love her. My daddy loved her. And so I have very few things of my dad. I have this angel that we bring out at Christmas every year. It's all about tradition. Doesn't need to be big and beautiful, bright and shiny and fresh from Kirkland's or Home Goods to be the most treasured and most important Christmas ornament. So this is my angel that I put up every year to remind me of my daddy. And she always has a place of honor. And this year she's going to have it right here by my thing so I can see her. Anyway, are you laughing? Are you laughing about my angel? Anyway, all right, let's move on. So the next one of what's brewing is the dog pool party. Okay, so as you know, we are doing the pool. We were filling up the pool. I guess, Eric, was it Saturday?
Yes.
No. But I mean, Saturday was when the guy was here, right?
Yes.
So Saturday was the day that the pool guy was here, and they sprayed like they did. Was it the acid wash? The acid wash, because the day before, I guess yes, it was. So Thursday, nothing happened because we had Tropical Storm Nicole. Friday they came and they did the speckly thing that's supposed to make it look like so what we chose, I wanted the water to be blue like the Bahamas, because I've been to the Bahamas twice, both with Eric, both to the same place, and absolutely love the color of the water, and that's what I wanted our pool to look like, because it is truly our outdoor oasis and our escape.
You can show them what it looks like right now.
Oh, this is what it looks like now? Okay.
This is a picture from this morning.
Okay, so this is the picture from this morning. You can see it is not turned on. There is still more water that needs to come in. If you look, by the way, do you see the big turtle? I got that from Kirkland's. I love it so much. We've named that turtle Herschel. And that's because it was a Walking Dead character that we love. But anyways, irrelevant. So this is the pool, and this is the way it looked like this morning. Again, still more water needs to come in. If you look over at the hot tub, there's supposed to be a black piece of granite that they will put on there later. But before all of that, we did have a little introduction yesterday. Our dogs got to enjoy a little bit. This is Penny. Penny is the sweetest, most lovely water dog. She finally jumped in. That's our son Dawson over there. He's on one of the small ledges. That's the deep end that he's on. There's the waterfall. By the way, the water that you see trickling is because my boys are so excited about this daggone pool. They've actually, instead of just putting the hoses in the water, they put them up at the tip top of the waterfall so that it would drip down. So look, you see the three hoses? We were trying to get the effect. We're so excited, and we've been waiting so patiently.
One of those is a pump. We just pump the water out.
Oh yeah, right. Just pumping it through. Anyway, and by the way, it's going to loop back around. So that's Penny. The black dog right there is Penny. She is our water dog. In our previous home with our pool, she excuse me, she would jump in and swim all the time. She absolutely loved it. In fact, she loved it so much that none of us could enjoy it because the pool was too small. By the time she jumped in, you were always in, and I love that. I love her jumping off. She finally got comfortable. Now, that little white dog that just walked past is Maggie. She's still a little unsure about the whole thing. And the $1 million dog right there, that is Lucy. Dawson is encouraging her to come in. She's going down the little slant going into the deep end. She's like, I don't know. I'd like to go back to higher ground, please. But we're so proud of Lucy for making that attempt to do that. Anyway, so we're excited about that. So just as a reminder, we have the video series of building the pool. This Thursday, we'll be doing another video, kind of being a little bit more transparent about the cost. We've been very candid with you about the process all the way through. We're happy with our pool builder. There's obviously things that, are frustrating throughout the process, but that's to be expected. So at any rate, so that's that. And then the final, did I get everything for the pool, honey? Yeah? It's on my shoulder there. Okay, then the next thing is probably the first thing real estate related. So are you excited? So here we are. Interest rates went down. So this is really good. who knows? If you kind of look, this is a chart you can see from August 15th of 2022. You can see it again in September, and then you can see it again here November 13th. This shows you kind of the chart up, 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 up.
That's Florida right now.
And yes, by the way, that is Florida. So if you can see that, we hit, what's this, 7.14 or 7%, and then you can see that just recently it went down a little bit, which is great. We say this all the time. Interest rates are going to be a big determining factor for a lot of people because candidly, there's just a lot of people that do not have a lot of budget flexibility. And they may have, it just may be the difference between yes, I can buy and no, I can't. However, I still highly encourage you to discuss this with a lender. We are not lenders, we're realtors. So, our area of expertise is going to be in finding the actual houses. But when it comes to loan structures, interest rates, and how that is going to affect you or how that can affect your buying power, that's where you need to reach out to a lender. And that is something I have several of them. I have Bruce Woodburn with Cross Country Mortgage. In fact, tomorrow I'm going to be doing a kind of a class course with, oh, there's Lucy. Hey, Lucy. Hi, baby. Lucy. Can you see Lucy? Here, let me see if I can put that. Lucy. Lucy, look up here. Oh, I don't know if you can see her. Anyway, there's Lucy Magoose. Ah, there she is. This is $1 million dog right here. Yeah, she is. Anyway, So yeah, we have Bruce Woodburn with Cross Country Mortgage. We also have Jason with Certified Mortgage Planners. We have Jenny with FBC Mortgage. So we have several people that you can reach out to, all of which I've had experience with. And I think that's important. Let me push this back a little bit. There we go. I think that's important because anyone that we send you to, I want to have had an experience with them myself, whether it's a personal experience like Bruce. He actually did our first home loan when we moved here from Virginia. The relationship has continued ever since then. And then like in Jason's case, he represented the buyers. I represented the sellers in that particular transaction, but it was such a good transaction. And Lucy, get away from that. She's in the litter box. Go on, go see Daddy. There she goes. Anyway, sorry about that. Dogs, pets, chaos, Kidwell chaos. So we've had experiences with these. And Jenny, by the way, we also had an experience with her firsthand as the buyer because we purchased an investment property. And so point is, interest rates, how that affects you, it's really good to have that candid conversation with a lender and let them advise you with different loan structures, with what your situation looks like, with how your credit score could affect things, and what is your purchasing power? What does that look like? And then I get to play with that number and help you find something that's going to work well. And I think that everybody can pretty much agree, renting, you're still paying somebody's mortgage, right? Whether you're renting, what you're paying is still somebody else's mortgage payment. So if you can find a way to purchase financially, that's always going to be in your best interest because then you've got something at least that you can hold on to. Even if property values go down or if property values go up, it's still something that you have and that you're going to own. So it's equity that you have. Anyway, okay, so that was all of our What's Brewing, right? Let me just double check. Dun, dun, dun. Yes, I got all of them. Did I get all of them? All right, let me do a couple of questions real quick and then we'll move on to some of our other fun things, blah, blah, blah. Okay, questions. Oh, what did I just do that? Look, I did that. Ignore me, guys. I'm stupid. I did. I do. I always
I promise you, our daughters are about to type every single week.
Every single week. Okay. By the way, hi, Forrest and Allie. All right. So Daniel and Erica. Okay, not a question, but seriously, if you guys hold on, let me put it here. If you have not done the new Guardians ride at Epcot, you're missing out. It is so awesome. I know. We did not get to ride that. We were at Disney a couple of weeks ago, or a few weeks ago, I guess, at this point when our friendship came in town. But unfortunately, we did not get to ride everything that we wanted. There was one ride that we were prepped and ready to go get in line for, but then the ride went down. So unfortunately, we didn't get to do that, but we will put it on our list because we trust your advice there. Okay, so Sharon, any idea on when they are expanding Fleming's Road? Do you think that will help new properties in the area or hurt them with the busier road close by? All right, so, and this is where Eric popped in. Yeah, so the Flemings Road is looking for like a 2026 kind of a final full connection there. Lake County is ready. As we've said before, we're really just kind of waiting on Orange County. Orange County has some other road construction things that are going on, some other road expansions, widening of Avalon Road. So there's other things that Orange County is still trying to finish and complete before they continue to make a connection. Essentially, they need to get our traffic that already exists up and down Avalon and some of these other cut-through roads, excuse me, uh, finished before they then open up another cut through road to to just even increase the traffic flow even more. And as far as your question about do I think, and this is again my opinion, okay, my opinion, do I think it's going to help or hurt? I think that it depends on where your house is located, to be quite honest. I think that if you are in some of these areas that are going to be by Flemings Road, like on Cordovation, love the community, love the builder, love the location. I personally, me personally, would not want to face that road or back up to that road. But I would have no problem being 3 streets in or 4 streets into the community, deeper into it. Absolutely not at all. And I think that as far as value goes, because of location, I think it's going to definitely help things because now you've got access for the Serenoa and Sawgrass Bay area, all of that whole area out in Claremont, down 27, being able to kind of come in and access. So that makes it, a little bit more desirable, but it is definitely going to increase the traffic, the commuter traffic, or the traffic just in general. And that's why personally, I would not want my home to face that road, or I wouldn't want that to be in my backyard. But that's just me. And, for some people that doesn't bother them a bit. And I think in those cases I would put a little bit more, kind of thoughtfulness into choosing that. But I think it's going to be great once everything is connected. Okay, so let's see. We have another question. Rob, everything's squared away with your new home. Thanks, Rob, for asking. Yeah, so we are, I'm not sure if I mentioned this last time or not, but they did fill the exterior stucco cracks and they went ahead and did our whole 1 year. Because remember, we are approaching the 1 year and the builder does do that 1 year warranty. So they did fill the exterior stucco cracks, all of them, not just the ones that we had from Hurricane Ian. The water intrusion. They fixed that, and they also painted the exterior, so the exterior of the house looks fantastic. And with this storm that we just had, we had no issues, no more water intrusion. They did come repair the baseboards. They have not yet come to paint, although they did come to paint, but I didn't realize they were coming to paint inside. I thought they were just doing the exterior, and I was not in a position to let them come into the house to paint that day. So they will be getting all of that taken care of. They're being pretty good. I actually was supposed to have had my 1 year builder walk through last Thursday, but again, it got postponed until I believe Wednesday of this week. So I'll be meeting with the builder this week on Wednesday to do our 1 year warranty walk. And I've got lots of things that I'm going to point out. Nothing major. And I told you all as well that I had Central Florida Building Inspectors, an inspection company that I use all the time. I refer them or recommend them to clients, but I also use them myself. Again, going back to whatever it is that I recommend to you is because I personally had an experience with them. They did a home inspection for us last week, got the inspection back. Really, I think there's one blistered shingle up on the roof that I'm going to make sure we mention to the builder, but really nothing of substance. So it was really nice to be able to, again, that third party inspection prior to your 1 year builder walkthrough, I think is always a good idea just because they can see things that you can't. And some of the things were just aesthetic things that I'm not going to bother the builder with. So anyway, but thank you, Rob, for asking that. Let's see, moving on. Where are we? Beth Burns, no, wait, I clicked on, wait, what? Oh, yeah. Do you think where is this one? This is weird. Okay, there we go. I was like, I clicked on one, but the other one popped up. Where can we find the pet policies of HOAs? I'm thinking of a 55 plus community, maybe Palms at Serenoa, but I have 2 indoor cats and a small dog. You'll be fine. You'll totally be fine. You can find that in their HOA documents. There is a specific section. Every builder or every excuse me, every community's bylaws are going to read somewhat the same, but also there's going to be community specific, especially for 55 plus, but you'll be fine. Generally, the only thing that's most concerning for any community, by the way, when it comes to that is the breed. They just don't want any aggressive breed dogs, which again, in some ways I feel like that's a shame, because just because it's typically an aggressive breed doesn't mean that it's an aggressive dog, and you could have a very docile breed become aggressive. So I don't really know but whatever, that's my own opinion. But it is in there, but you'll be fine, because I'm guessing obviously you have 2 indoor cats and you have a small dog, so you're not going to let that small dog sit outside, especially in Florida. So those are all indoor pets. You'll be fine. But certainly if you have any questions, we can help you find that out. Okay, let's see, what was the next one? Brian, will you guys hire a pool company for maintenance, or is Eric going to DIY? You know, I don't know. With our first home and our first pool, we did have the company that built the pool. They had a company that did a weekly maintenance, and for us, it just made more sense because at the time, Eric's job required him to travel, and he traveled a lot. And I knew that a pool, in my opinion, again, just my opinion, a pool is a very, very expensive investment, no matter what size pool you buy. Just like a house, it doesn't mean if you're spending $150,000 or $200,000 on a home. By the way, if you can find one for that price point, good job. But it's still a lot of money, regardless of whether it's 200,000 or 600,000 or $1 million. It's a lot of money. And same thing with a pool, whether you're talking it's a $40,000 pool investment or a $140,000 pool investment, it's a lot of money. So in my opinion, I want to make sure that it's always working properly and that things are done. Plus, to be honest, we grew up with a pool in Virginia Beach, and we didn't have a company that did it. I mean, so sometimes you'd want to go swim in the pool, but you'd have to like vacuum it first and treat it. And so it became something that you just didn't really get to go jump in when you wanted to. Now, as a kid, I didn't have a lot of responsibilities. And so, oh, woe is me. But as an adult, if Eric and I decide, hey, we got everything taken care of for the day, let's go grab our dinner and go sit out by the pool, or go into the pool after dinner, before dinner, whatever. We'd like it to be ready, So in my mind, I feel like it'd be nice to have a company come and do it. That's what they do. They know how it works. They can zip in, zip out. They get it taken care of so that the pool is always pristine and ready for us to jump in. But Eric and I did talk about this. I seriously have never, with the exception of our 4 children's births, I have never seen him as excited about anything in his entire life. And so I think that I'm not kidding. Like
I literally was just standing at the door, and I forgot you were doing coffee time because I was just staring at the pool.
I know. Like, seriously, he's over there walking. He's so excited about it that I think that there's something about, taking pride in it, and he enjoys it. There's some people enjoy cutting the grass. I used to enjoy that in Virginia, but not in Florida when it's so freaking hot that it's exhausting. So, basically, to answer your question, the jury is still out on that. I think I would probably be more comfortable with a pool maintenance company doing the maintenance so that we can just rest assured and that we can enjoy it whenever we want at a moment's notice. But Eric may decide to do it. But, by the way, this is a really good point. Let me mention this too. So part of when you build a pool, and I think we're going to talk about this in our video, there is something called pool school. So once your pool is complete and they fire it up and they get everything running, there is an actual meeting that you have. Sorry. There is a meeting that you have that where the builder kind of talks you through how, kind of like your new homeowner orientation when you build new construction.
And I just got an email, and it's today.
It is today?
Yep.
He said he just got an email that they're coming today to fire it up.
Yep.
This is so exciting. Okay. So we were kind of waiting on the pool company to give us confirmation that was happening. We're going with speculation. Now we have confirmation. Okay. So anyway, pool school. So pool school is a little opportunity for the builder to or the pool company to talk you through the mechanics of your pool, the heater, the filter, just like in a new construction home, the required homeowner maintenance, okay? The required pool owner maintenance. There are going to still be things that you as the owner need to do on a regular basis or be aware of or take note of, just like your actual home. But that doesn't mean that if you hire an outside, you can still hire an outside pool company to check levels. We do have a saltwater pool. We do have it heated. We did get like the extra filtery thing because we do have dogs and we knew that there was going to be dog hair in the pool. So we wanted to make sure that we ramped up everything to make sure that we had a really, strong system in place. So they have to teach us how to use that. And a lot of things, the new technology, I already downloaded it. That's not it. There's an app that I had to get. What was it called? Aqualink. That is an app that I downloaded, although we have not activated anything yet, but that is going to be the app that we will use to turn our pool on and off and the heat and the LEDs and all that fun stuff. So anyway, all right, moving on. But yeah, so I don't know the answer to that question, but we will probably have to discuss that a little bit more and find out how much it costs. For our other pool, which was very small, it was like $110 a week. A month, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. $110 a month, and they came every week. And they did come every week, which was really nice. And they were in and out of there in like 10 minutes. Kind of like when you hire lawn maintenance crews. They zip in, they zip out. That's what they do. They know how to do it, and they get it done efficiently, and they get on to the next one. That's kind of what I would like instead of taking all day for us to try to do it. But anyway, so that's that. All right, what was another question? Yes?
While you're looking for more questions, so do talk about, we promised them on the little thumbnail that you would talk about the issue with a new construction.
Yes. I am going to talk to you about that in a minute. In fact, I see that that particular person is here. So Greg, hang on, because I'm going to talk about you in a second, bud. They are the nicest people, by the way. Oh my gosh. Okay. Emma, do you think West Haven is finally on the right track? From Mom, water to be completed by 11:15, plat is recorded 11:30, sewer completed by 12:30, asphalt, landscaping, and irrigation completed by 1:31. Yeah, maybe. It's, yeah, I don't know. It's still working. They're still making progress back there. They're definitely trying, but I'm hoping that if they're giving you that timeline, that they know things that I don't know, which obviously I hope is the case. That's their community. So hopefully they're advising her correctly. So, real quick, let me see, to see if there's any other ones I can pop on here real fast. Let's go to Greg. Are in-ground swim spas a possibility to add after closing in Florida? So you talking about like the hot tub? Yes, absolutely. So Greg, one of the best things about living in Florida is obviously, that we have beautiful weather all year round. So having a pool for us, it's very, very exciting in the beginning. It's kind of like when you live in a state where your pool is only open during the summer, it's like, ooh, the kids get excited at the end of the school year. The community pool opens up and then it shuts down when school starts. That's more because of weather than it is, occupancy of the pool. We keep ours open all year long. So you have a lot of pool companies and outdoor living space design companies that can really create whatever oasis you want. It's no longer just, do you want a rectangular pool or a kidney shaped pool? Like those days are gone. You can have anything and everything. So if you only want a spa, like if that's all you want is a hot tub, absolutely. You can have an in-ground like hot tub area. You just have to talk to the pool company, tell them what you want. They'll design it for you. I've seen in some 55 plus communities, they have very, very small like dipping pools. So it's not a swimming pool, it's a dipping pool. It's a place to sit there's like a little bench around the side. You can kind of get in, you can kind of just float around, cool off a little bit, but it's not a swimming pool, it's a dipping pool. There's some that only have like a lap lane where it's like it's literally an exercise lane where you just go back and forth. No real activity can be done in the pool. There's also something called the cocktail pool, which is another small, very, very small little pool with like a table in the middle and a bench all the way around. And it's literally for that. People will sit and have cocktails. So, and then as far as the hardscape of it, whether you're talking lanai space, if you want a gazebo, if you want an outdoor kitchen, if you want a wood burning fireplace, like anything is a possibility. So whatever it is that you want, when you talk to the pool company, tell them what you want. Their job is to then kind of design some things, taking your dream in mind and then creating it for you. So hopefully that helped. So on that note, And I'll try to get to these other, Kim, real quick. I am going to answer this one just because it goes that. So Kim, can you build your own pools in most of the 55 plus communities? Yes. Assuming, yeah, I mean, absolutely. If your home site will accommodate it, you can do that. You can also, in some cases, still build that with the builder if you're building from dirt. So yes, absolutely. Again, it depends on the lot size, how much yard you have left, but yeah, you can do that. All right. So I'm going to talk to you about a situation, and any of you that have ever talked to me personally on the phone, if you've watched many of these videos, I have said this before. This is something that I truly believe. I came up with it. It's not a script. This is literally me and my experience, a very authentic statement. People talk to me a lot about builders. Who's your favorite builder? You know, what builder would you use? What builder do you not like? Well, first of all, as we've said before, ethically, I cannot steer you to or from any builder. But what I can be is give you examples of and be transparent with examples of customer service recovery. Because in my opinion, no matter who the big daddy corporate builder name is, no matter who that Taylor Morrison or that Meritage or that Mattamy or that K. Hovnanian, does not matter who the big name is. Okay, there's the level that goes down, and part of that is going to be who is your exact builder that oversees the building of your home, and then what trades were the ones that were contracted to build your home. And it's not the same person that lays the foundation, that does the drywall, that does the cinder block, that does the framing, that hangs the trusses, that installs the flooring. Those are all different people. So you have hundreds and hundreds of homes or hands that have touched your home throughout the build process. So you know what? Something is going to happen. It just is. And sometimes it's very small. And it's something you don't even notice because the builder's got it. They see it. There's a problem. Maybe it fails inspection. Maybe they notice it on their own. Maybe the trade notices that, hey, there's a discrepancy between what you told me to do and what the blueprints are. Stuff like that's going to happen all the time because we are all imperfect humans and stuff happens. So I always say that my measure of a builder is how they recover when something goes wrong, because something always does. And again, it can be very small and insignificant, or it could be rather significant. And we have a situation with one of my clients, and I've used them as an example yesterday on what do we do? It's Sunday Drive. Okay, on Sunday Drive, and then we're going to talk about it here now. I'm not going to tell you the builder. Because I want to be able to follow back up on this later and we can talk about that service recovery. First of all, let me be clear. I have zero, truly in my heart of hearts, zero concern that the builder is not going to make good on what happened. So ultimately what happened was purely accidental. My client was already given a closing date. So we already were told by the builder the home is going to be completed. Here is your new homeowner orientation. Here is your final walkthrough, and here is your closing. My friends, we are sprinting. That finish line is right there in front of us, and we're getting there, right? So that being said, here toward the end of the process, there was an issue with the water. And I don't know the specifics, and I'm not a builder, so I'm not going to tell you the mechanics of it, but suffice it to say, a trade, one of the workers, somehow used an outside hose bib spigot, and something was not quite ready for that upstairs in the actual home, and it created a water issue. There was some flooding, extensive enough that that they need to replace some drywall, they need to replace some baseboards, they need to replace some kitchen cabinets, maybe some other miscellaneous things. The builder already noticed this. Obviously, you notice when the home that's supposed to be closing is like, got some water. So the builder is already on top of it. That's why I have no concern that it's not going to be taken care of completely. However, it still is an inconvenience to my clients, right? Because they were given a closing date. And when you get that closing date from the builder tells you all the time, it's a moving target. It's a moving target. Just because we tell you it's a closing date, until we tell you it's a closing date, if we say, oh yeah, you're contracting here and probably, come May, it'll be ready. That's just a hypothetical. That's not real until you get the actual day. When you get the actual day, it's go time, baby. It's time to get those movers scheduled so that you can get those pods delivered, or the delivery can come, or the appliances can be delivered and installed, or maybe you're getting your home painted on the interior like we did. As soon as we moved in, we wanted to have it repainted immediately because the builder paint is poo-poo. It's nasty. It's just not great quality. Anyway, we want, there's things then that you put into motion and you're like, okay, we're going. Well, now you've incurred some additional expenses. You've started to schedule things. You're starting to do things. And in this case, because they had a closing date, they got all this stuff scheduled, and then they were told, oh gosh, you know what? We have a problem. We're taking care of it. Please don't worry. Calm down. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. It's going to be okay. But we have to extend your closing date because we have to take care of this. We have to get the moisture out. We have to make some repairs. Great. Except that that's an inconvenience. Also around Thanksgiving holiday, and that's not so convenient. Beautiful, wonderful clients already made some alterations to their own schedule, to their own living situation, because then you're displaced, right? Because you thought you would be living in your new home during that time. So there's going to be about a 10-day period where these clients need to find a place to live. So real quick, I asked the builder for 3 things. Asked them for 3 things on behalf of my client. By the way, spoke to my clients, had a lovely phone conversation. You honestly could not expect or hope to have nicer and more understanding clients. And honestly, it's a great builder too. So that's another reason why I feel calm about this. Hopefully my calmness relates to my clients. You know who I'm talking to. But I really do feel like everything is going to work out just fine. But I asked them if on their behalf I could request these 3 things from the builder. Because as we discussed, there were some logistics that still negatively affected my clients. And through no fault of their own, they should not be expected to deal with those issues. So 3 things we asked. The first thing was a rate lock extension. They had already extended the rate lock. This is a common story right now, guys. So this is nothing new. You're going to have to probably extend that rate lock if it's something, you're getting closer and closer to closing, but you don't have a date yet. And in this case, unfortunately, just a small 2-week-ish delay, or however many weeks it is, unfortunately hits the timing of where their rate lock ends. So they're going to have to pay to extend it a couple more weeks. So we asked for the builder to help with some kind of a concession on that end, if at all possible. We also asked the builder to, what's the other thing we asked them to do? Yeah, I know that was going to be my last one. What was the third one? Oh, the living expenses was because there's a 10-day period that they're going to have to find another place to live, and preferably not a hotel room. They're already ping-ponging between friends and family and hotel rooms, during the course of this and during a holiday, by the way. So we asked for the builder to help with potential assistance or concession or credit for them being able to stay in a like a hotel suite. So it has a little bit of a kitchenette, so that they don't have to incur the expenses of having to eat out all the time. Because that's another expense that sometimes you don't think about. So it's not only where are you going to sleep every night, where do you get to stay during the day, what bathroom are you going to use and shower are you going to use? It's about, well, if I have to eat every meal out for 10 days, that's another expense that you would not normally have to incur. You could get some groceries and cook some things. So anyway, so we're asking for the builder for some assistance on that because of the delay. And then the third thing was my suggestion, which is for their peace of mind to have an outside third-party inspection done on the home. After the builder has completed all of the repairs or remediation, anything that needs to be done on the home, once it's completed, to then have an outside third-party inspector come out, take a look, just be able to check off those boxes one more time from a neutral third party that says, you know what, yeah, everything looks good. You're going to be okay. It's okay. And that is a very, very small price to pay for someone spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on a home to be able to know that, okay, you know what, this happened, not great. Trust the builder. Builder took care of it. No puppies. Builder took care of it, but boy, I sure would like to just have another set of eyes, put that little moisture reading gun up to the wall and make sure that there's no moisture anywhere and that everything looks like it's been tightened up and fixed and repaired. So that was something else that we asked the builder to kind of assist with. All very reasonable, not a lot of a concession or a contribution that we're really asking for. But I think that all of them are very, very fair in the situation. I already sent that email. I'm going to follow up with everybody again, just to kind of let you know how things work out. But we are definitely, we're definitely in a position where the builder is very upset too, by the way. And that's honestly, not even kidding. They are very upset. And that's one of the reasons I love this particular builder so much. And it's because that they really do have a lot of love, care, and concern for every single home that they build, for every buyer that is out there. And that's, again, it's a different kind of a mentality with this builder. And I love that because they do know that this is a family that has now been displaced and inconvenienced and they're going to do everything they can to make it right. So anyway, so that's part of why having a buyer agent is also helpful. It's to help kind of, mediate and navigate our way through that, to keep everybody calm. And by the way, to be a bit more aggressive when and if the situation warrants. But in this particular situation, we're all just going to work together and make it good. All right. So Eric just flipped that up. I guess that means it's time. And it is, because it's almost 10 o'clock.
If they need a buyer agent.
If you do need a buyer agent, that's right. That is me. I'm also a listing agent, but most of you that follow me on YouTube are probably looking more to purchase than you are to sell. But if you're looking to sell, I can help you do that too. But yeah, it's 407-848-8042. And yes, we did start out with the video tours. We still have more of those coming, by the way. We are going to try to put together our home for the holidays. There's just a lot going on, guys. And if you've watched us over the years, usually around the holiday time, we try to do a holiday kind of video tour series of some kind. So we'll be putting something together for that as well. Lots of new stuff, lots of new model home video tours coming. So definitely keep on watching that. Definitely keep on watching our Sunday drives. That's just kind of the real Eric and Amy, just kind of driving around on our day-to-day life. That is pretty much, we call those our hot dates. We go do the video tour, and then we usually grab a Diet Coke on the way back. All right, a couple more questions. What?
Yeah, I was like, you did have a couple that.
Sharon, does all of Orange County have the same tax rate, or does it change based in the neighborhood? No, it's Orange County taxes. It's always based on, if you're talking about like your property taxes, it's based on the assessed value of your home. So it will be the standard for Orange County, not by your neighborhood necessarily. But that's a good question. I like that. Sorry, I missed that one. Let me see if I missed any other ones. Oh, you mentioned it twice. Okay, so my apologies. Greg, we talked about yours, and we talked about that one. Sunshine Daisy, can you disclose the name of the builder? I will. I just, in all fairness, I just kind of want to wait and see how they respond. It's not a secret. This is a great opportunity for service recovery. And I don't have any concerns, but I certainly don't want to put something out there, because this more than this being an example, of a situation that came up, these are my actual clients, right? These are actual people with hearts, and I love them dearly, and I'm not going to expose the situation necessarily, other than to say this is an example of things that can happen. And on that note, by the way, there is another situation that also happened. I'll say this real quick, and then I'll let you guys go because it's almost 10 o'clock. Oh my gosh. I talked a lot today. Another situation with another client, with another builder, a builder that I don't have great experiences with, candidly. But again, not steering my client to or from, always being transparent. These clients did still decide to build with this builder because it had the floor plan they wanted. It was in the area they wanted. It was the price point they wanted. And I always say that anytime you have a new construction home, every builder has to pass the same construction, the construction inspections throughout the process. So any home that gets that certificate of occupancy has been deemed by the county in which it was built that it is good, it is safe for you to live in. Certificate of occupancy, we refer to it as a CO. A certificate of occupancy is absolutely crucial. You cannot close without one unless, like this builder asked my client, if you will sign this document to let us close you early, and we also need you to sign this hold harmless, you can close on your home. And my answer to that is absolutely not. Don't do that. Every situation is going to be different and unique. But in this particular situation, that is a no bueno. Do not sign off on you taking possession, ownership, and the liability of your home before the county has said that it's good to do so. That's just a no way. And the fact that that particular builder, by the way, two different builders. The builder with the one issue that we were just discussing, completely different builder from the one that I'm talking about asking to do this hold harmless. That's not good. So another reason why it's important to have a realtor to kind of bounce those things off of and to give you some advice. Definitely important to have that person that you can kind of confide in and trust. And candidly, if there's things that we don't know, we'll find it out for you from the right people and make sure that you're getting the best advice. Because remember, as a buyer agent, our job is actually, our job is to make sure, I'm sorry, something just popped up on my thing. I got my train of thought got lost. At any rate, it's important to have that realtor to assist you through that process and to give you that advice. And if there's something that we don't know, we're going to find it out, and we're going to make sure we're finding out the correct answer, not just the one that you want to hear. And I think that's important, because being your agent means we need to advise you honestly and transparently, good, bad, and ugly, right? Anyway, okay, so with that, are there any other quick questions? I'm just going to make sure. I'm going to do a quick little loop-de-loop here.
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
The water has touched the tile.
The water has touched the tile. Okay, so we're super excited about this pool thing. So again, we're gonna wrap it up here for today.
You got Zillow and you got.
Oh wait, I do 2 more things. Okay, and then you can go. Everyone, sip of coffee. We're not done yet. Hold on.
We had a lot today.
We did. We had a lot going on today. So, and by the way, last week we lost this camera thing that was happening. So thank you for sticking with us through that. But today we're good. Okay, so 2 things real quick. The first one is what I'm watching, because I know you all care so very much. Hold on, let me find that button. Where is it?
Oh my goodness, it's right there where it always is.
Oh, there it is. No, wait, is that it?
Yeah,
it's countdown to Christmas. Okay.
Well, yeah, I didn't change the thing.
It's his fault.
It's
his fault.
No.
The button doesn't look like it's supposed to. Anyway, all right, so this is what I'm watching. Are you ready? Okay, so I just finished season 5 of The Crown. I love this. First of all, I just love anything that takes place in other countries. I just love tradition. Obviously, the royal family is something that, we all kind of grew up with Princess Diana. And not that that's what this is really about, but we're kind of at that part of the seasons of the series. I definitely remember that whole situation. And so I think it's fascinating. It's absolutely fascinating to watch. So I finished that. But I also wanted to mention, Eric, we didn't put it on here, but Eric and I have a couple of nights we were able to get out onto the lanai, and we finished up The Marvelous Miss Maisel. Yes, that's another fun one. We love that one. What's that on? Is that Hulu? What is that on? Amazon Prime. Okay, so we did that one. The Crown is on Netflix. Lots of other things that I kind of dabble into here and there, but that's what I've been watching. Let me know what you think about The Crown. I think it's amazing. I think the actresses, plural, because they've all done Queen Elizabeth through, excuse me, through her whole life, essentially. All of them are absolutely phenomenal. So absolutely amazing. So, and the woman who plays Princess Diana is I forget that it's not Princess Diana. So anyway, that's really good. So if that's something that looks like it could be, something that would interest you, I highly recommend that entire series, by the way. Okay. And then that being said, let's go to our very fun and the last thing for the day, I promise, is your Zillow Gone Wild. Where is that? There it is. I found it. Puppies. Okay, so this is Derek Jeter, baseball player. Derek Jeter's home that is for auction. This is not for sale. Apparently, it's been on the market for quite a while. I believe this is called Jeter's Castle. Actually, I think it's absolutely gorgeous from the exterior. The interior, not totally my style, but I think it's kind of cool. The kitchen, I don't hate. That picture should be coming up in a minute. Not really sure kind of why he's selling. That doesn't really matter. Does none of our business why he's selling. I think the kitchen's kind of cool. I don't hate it.
He lives in Florida. That's why he's selling.
Do what?
He lives in Florida.
Oh, he lives in Florida. Oh, and this is in Greenwood Lake, New York. So I guess that makes sense. But look at that. Okay, look at that picture right there. I mean, oh my gosh, that is beautiful. It's very castle-ish on one side. Then you've got the big pool, and I'm sure those are kind of little pool houses and things. Anyway, I think that's amazing. So that is one. So if you have, again, this is an auction. So if you've got, $6.5 million and some extra cash laying around, perhaps that could be a home for you. But I think it's probably better if you just move yourselves right on over here to Florida. All right, guys, remember, I am Amy. This is Heart and Home Orlando, and it's basically a realtor here in the Central Florida area. Obviously can help you anywhere in the state of Florida, but my little nugget is right here in Central Florida. We say Orlando, but kind of the Winter Garden, Horizon West, Claremont, Mineola, Groveland. Oh my gosh, just everywhere. Windermere, Winter Garden.
And also.
He's such a goofball. All right, guys. I appreciate you staying with me. We went a little long today. Not that there's really a time limit on this, but I do appreciate you guys hanging with me. I hope we got some of your questions answered. More than anything, I think it's really important for you to know that in all seriousness, we really do appreciate you guys. Even if you're just popping in for 2 seconds and having a sip of coffee and going, oh my God, she talks so much, and then you hang up. Whatever, that's fine. But I do appreciate you guys watching and hanging out with us. If you need us, we're here. Just don't forget, Wednesday evening. Eric says 5 o'clock. I say time to be determined because I do have to. I do have real clients that I have to work with, and I think they're
posted today.
so we'll post once we double check calendars. And candidly, it's because a lot of things that were supposed to happen last week with the storm ended up getting pushed. So there's just a few things that I have to make sure my clients are taken care of first. But Wednesday evening, we're going to do a poolside live. I don't know what we'll talk about, but you'll get to see the pool, hopefully in all its glory and the lights. And we'll be minus a few palm fronds because hopefully those will come down. But we'll have that on Thursday, or Wednesday rather. And then on Thursday, we will have our video tour of the pool update. Part of that series where we'll be a little bit transparent with the financial aspect of what it cost us to build that pool. Just because, again, we like to share with you what you can expect, because these are investments and it's important for you to know the real story, or at least our story. All right, guys, remember, please stay safe, stay well. Remember, we really do love you. Happy house hunting and happy decorating. Bye, guys.